that the path to greatness isn't just about having resources, education, or even connections. It's about the raw, untamed power of transformation of turning your lowest moments into the fuel for your biggest breakthroughs. In today's video, we're going to uncover the story of a man who went from feeling stuck and defeated to building a life of wealth, impact, and purpose. This isn't a fairy tale, this is a blueprint you can follow. Welcome back to Profit Powerhouse, where we turn ambition into action and ideas into income. Part 1. Breaking down the illusion. For years, he bought into the illusion that most of us are sold the idea that if you work hard, get a degree, and follow the rules, success will magically arrive. That after a decade of going through the motions, clocking in, clocking out, and living paycheck to paycheck, he hit a breaking point. The alarm clock didn't just wake him up for work. It woke him up to the realization that his life was stuck on autopilot. He was surviving, not thriving. And that's when it hit him. Success isn't a formula someone hands you. It's a fire you ignite within. So, he started asking himself a new question, not how do I make money, but how do I build a life I don't need a vacation from? That one shift in mindset, it changed everything. Part 2. The power of personal responsibility. The first step in his transformation wasn't some flashy online course or a six-figure mentor. It was brutal honesty. He looked in the mirror and owned the fact that his current situation was a result of his own choices. Not the government, not the economy, not his boss, him. That's where the real power lies, in taking full ownership. Because once you realize you created your current reality, you also realize you have the power to create a new one. So, he stopped blaming and started building. He canceled Netflix, started reading books on mindset and business, and committed to waking up 2 hours earlier every day. Those 2 hours became the foundation of his empire. Part 3. Learning before earning. Before he made a dime, he made a decision to become a student of success. He consumed content like Oxygen podcasts, books, seminars, and YouTube channels like this one. But unlike most, he didn't just absorb, he applied. He wrote down action steps after every video. He practiced speaking, he built habits. He even started a journal, not for feelings, but for strategy. Within 6 months, his entire energy shifted. He wasn't just talking different, he was walking different. He went from a passive consumer to an active creator. And that's when people started noticing. Not just friends, but mentors, clients, investors. Success doesn't chase those who wait, it chases those who prepare. Part 4. From side hustle to main hustle. At first, his business was a side hustle, a small idea born in the corner of his bedroom. He didn't have fancy gear or a big budget, just a laptop, a whiteboard, and a vision. But what he lacked in tools, he made up for in tenacity. He started building an online service, solving problems, and offering value. Every day, he set a rule: reach out to 10 new prospects, no excuses. The first month, crickets. Second month, 1 client. Third month, momentum. By month 6, he had replaced his 9-to-5 income. Not overnight, but over time of consistency, grit, and a relentless refusal to quit. Part 5. The mindset shift that changes everything. What most people get wrong is thinking that success is an external destination, but it's internal. It's not when I have money, I'll be confident. It's when I'm confident, the money will follow. He started operating from the identity of a high-level entrepreneur before the money showed up. He dressed sharper, spoke with more certainty, showed up like someone who already had the results, and the world responded. Because people don't buy products, they buy belief. And belief is contagious. His inner game became his outer game, and that's when things exploded. Part 6. Scaling the business. Once his business hit 6 figures, he faced a new challenge: burnout. He realized that hustling could only take him so far. If he wanted freedom, he needed systems. So, he hired his first virtual assistant, then a team, then automated his processes. Instead of being the business, he built the business. That's when real wealth entered the picture, not just financial, but time freedom, location freedom, mental freedom. He went from trading hours for dollars to building assets that worked for him. And in that shift from worker to owner, he found peace. Part 7. Giving back, staying grounded. Now, with multiple income streams and a thriving brand, he could have disappeared into luxury, but instead, he chose legacy. He began mentoring young entrepreneurs, sharing his story, giving away what he wished someone had given him. Because true transformation isn't just about rising, it's about reaching back and pulling others up with you. And despite his success, he never forgot where he came from. That alarm clock still rings in his head every morning, not as a reminder of a job, but of a choice. The choice to live life on his own terms. So, what about you? Are you ready to stop existing and start evolving? Because the truth is, you don't need permission to transform, just a decision. If this video lit a fire in you, don't let it fade. Hit that like button, subscribe to Profit Powerhouse, and drop a comment below. What's one habit you'll change starting today? Remember, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Now go turn that experience into elevation.